All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex coaches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives, experiences, and sexy adventures. An ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam. Now, before you start wondering why you're only hearing one voice today, Pris is down for the count. She is like sick. Like, don't come near me unless you're bringing soup and lots of silence. Sick. And listen, when Pris is down, we're both down. That's just how this works. Real life always comes first around here. The lifestyle's fun. The podcast is fun. But the woman who makes all of this possible, she comes first, always. So instead of recording a brand new Sunday episode, I'm doing something a little different. We're diving back, way back into the vault. You're getting 2 quickie episodes back to back today. No titles, no spoilers, just 2 conversations pulled straight from the archives that still hit just as hard now as they did when we first recorded them. Maybe you've heard them. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you forgot what was even said, which honestly happens to me all the time. And I hear these things all the time. So think of this as a little Beyond Monogamy mystery grab bag. We'll be back next week with a brand new full episode once Pris is feeling better and back on her feet. Until then, sit back, enjoy the ride, and we'll see you on the other side. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And today on our Wednesday Quickie, we're kicking it off a Lifestyle 101 series. Real simple, how-to conversations for anyone curious about opening up their relationship. And we're starting with one of the biggest questions we hear. How the heck do you even bring this up with your partner?
Yeah, because that's the first conversation that can either set you up for success or it can absolutely have you crash and burn real fast. So today we're breaking that down for what worked for us and what didn't, and trying to give you guys some practical tips to make that talk a little bit smoother, because that's a hard
That's
talk.
a very hard conversation.
Oh my
We
gosh.
get that question
Oof.
almost once a week. How do you even
Yeah.
get started?
And you know what's funny is that's normally when I meet new people, that's the question I like to ask is who brought it up?
I know you do.
How
You
did
ask
it
that
how
all
did
the
it
time.
and sometimes it brings out some anger, sometimes it triggers people.
Yeah.
Because maybe it wasn't a good situation. But I always like to hear that story because it's who brought it up, who had the
Yeah.
balls to do it.
Wow.
Because that's some major stuff.
It is. Who
Yeah.
brought it up here?
For us, it was a little different
Yeah.
because initially when we were first dating, you started telling me all these great stories
Yes.
about your past experiences.
Yes.
And I remember thinking, wow, she's really experienced.
Yeah.
And then that's when you explained to me that you guys were actually swingers and that y'all were on a website and this and that. And I was like, huh.
Yeah.
And I remember we would talk about it and it just, the thought of it, forget it. It turned me on.
Yeah.
And I remember telling you, I'd love to try that.
Yeah.
And I'd love to try that with you. And I remember your response was not good.
No, because I wanted to. So, first of all, so that we can tell y'all, you really have to make sure you're in the right setting. Timing.
Yeah.
The timing matters.
The timing does matter.
We were on the road driving. It really, and I guess the way it came off, it really made me feel super insecure. So when I was telling him the stories, I don't know what I was thinking, what was going to happen, but he did end up asking more questions. And the question was, would you do that? And of course, I was like, no, I don't want to do that again, only because I had such negative outcomes with my previous
Yeah, so
partners.
they weren't good
So,
experiences.
and it wasn't the right time. The way we brought up that conversation wasn't realistically looking back now, should not have been done that way.
No, it shouldn't have. I agree with that. If I was really interested, like if it was me now saying it then, it would be a completely different
Yeah. Well,
conversation
you know me now.
because I know now we were
No.
really early in our
Yeah.
dating, and I think we had only been together.
Couple weeks, maybe
No,
days.
no,
Yeah,
no.
it was
It was like a
early.
month. It
Maybe.
was a month,
Maybe.
a little over
I
a
don't
month,
know.
I
We've been
think.
together forever.
But we were fresh in the relationship. And
Yeah.
I remember saying, that's something that I would be interested in doing with you if that's something that, you'd be interested in. And I remember, but I didn't say it exactly like that. I'm sure the way I said it was probably pretty stupid or at least straight to the point.
Probably. I don't remember,
Because
but
I'm,
I
I,
was easily triggered anyway, so it doesn't
yeah. And so
matter.
I think I
Like,
just went straight with it and I
yeah.
just threw it out there and been like, hey, I'd love to have sex with other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm sure it just didn't come out right. And so
Yeah.
with that, it wasn't a great conversation, but it was had.
Yeah.
And then I guess you thought about it more, and then eventually
Yeah.
you brought it up and we started talking
And then
about
we
it.
started. Yeah.
It's almost like you had to come
Yeah.
around
And kind of
and
figure each
come to
other out.
terms with
Yeah.
some things.
So conversation has to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
And you have to really make sure you're in a really good place. So set it up. Don't set it up to be like you're going to invite a friend and be like, "Hey, she's here to join us." No. Not that kind of setup.
Yeah.
What I mean by setup is make sure that your partner is in a good headspace for this conversation, because this is a very deep conversation. It makes you feel
It's
very
heavy. Yeah.
vulnerable, very, I don't know. And I'm going to say this as a woman because I'm not a man, but as a woman, it makes you feel sometimes insecure about yourself. Is he wanting something better? Am I not good enough?
It's
You
the
have a
same
lot
thing
of
for
self,
men too.
yeah, you have a lot of
Yeah.
self-doubt. Okay.
Yeah.
So make sure that your partner's in a really good headspace before you bring up this conversation. And you don't want to drop it in the middle of a fight.
Oh God, no. And don't think that I did that either. Like I
No.
didn't.
No.
I actually
We were driving.
we were just driving. It was
Yeah,
just a regular
conversation.
conversation. Now, when it came back up later, we were able to have like true
A very
conversation
deep
about it. Yeah.
conversation where we wanted
Yeah.
to start, how we were going to feel.
And I can understand a lot of new guys that enter the lifestyle for the very first time are very excited to get experiences.
Of course.
So it's like letting a little puppy dog out on a floor of food. Like
Yeah.
it's going to go nuts.
Yeah.
And so automatically it's an excitement and I want to go in here and I want to see every
Right.
guy has the feeling that he can pull some
Right,
hotties and be
right.
like, yeah, let's go. And so almost every new guy to the lifestyle has that kind of mentality of thinking.
Right.
And so that's why you can really tell a lot of new guys in the lifestyle because they just
Very thirsty.
very thirsty.
Very thirsty. And this
Yeah.
could be even if you're with a partner,
Yeah.
you can be the thirsty one. Now, I've never had a woman be very thirsty. I'm bisexual, and being in the lifestyle has opened that up more. But I'm not very mentally I'm thirsty, but not out loud. Internally, I'm
Yeah.
very thirsty, but no one's gonna know that.
Nobody's
No
going to
one's
know
gonna
how
that.
thirsty you
Yeah,
are.
no one's gonna know how thirsty I am. But and I'm like that with women because I don't get to have those experiences very often. Or in the beginning, I didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
So don't drop it in a fight. Let's not do that. You can start it off by leading with a curiosity about it, right?
Yeah, it's obvious, like you're no dummy. So if I'm coming at you and I'm asking you a lot of questions about something
Right.
over the span of time,
Yes.
you're going to know what my final question is
I
going to
am.
be, right?
I am.
So if
Yes.
I'm asking you about your experiences back then, or if I'm asking you about this or that, then it's obvious you're piecing it together. He's probably going to ask me this.
Yeah.
And so then when I ask inquisitively,
Inquisitively.
yeah, I think the big thing is, and this is the problem, is most people will just go into asking the question
Yes.
and saying, hey, can we do this? Instead of the preamble. I think the preamble is just as important as the message. So my preamble is basically, okay, so there's something that I want to talk to you about.
Yes.
And I know it's something that's probably you're
Well,
not.
that's it now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that's what I would suggest to people
Yes, yes.
is have the preamble. So sit there and let them know, look, this is not going to be a very pleasant topic. And you might feel something about it, but I really feel like we need to talk about it. And if you're in the right space to have this conversation, can we talk about something?
Yeah, and there's probably going to be some tears.
Yeah.
Someone's going to feel they're not
There's
good enough.
insecurities.
It's going to
And be ready to tell your reasons why you want to try it. Don't just be
Yeah.
like, because it sounds cool.
Yeah.
No.
Because Chris and Adam said you should do it.
It's like, just want to have sex with other people.
Yeah, it's a very, very hard conversation, but it can also be fun conversation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not a conversation to have when you're drunk.
No.
It's best to have all your faculties when you have that conversation.
Yes.
I think that what a lot of people have told me over time as their first time dipping into it revolves around alcohol. And so it's, oh, we were drinking and we were with this girl and we got drunk and then one thing led to another and
That's
the
a
girl
lot of
started
the
kissing
conversations.
and we
Yeah.
all just had sex. And then after that, it was like, hey, let's look into this.
Yeah.
So a lot of those stories revolve in that way. And if you're going to have the conversation with your spouse about it, at least don't have that. And don't have alcohol present in that
You need
conversation.
you need to be sober.
Yeah.
100% you need to be sober. You definitely have to have that really good clarity and be there for each other. Any questions, there's going to be tons of questions.
Yeah.
Be very honest and be very open about it. This is not something where you're not good enough. You don't love me.
And that's
it's
a
not about
reassurance.
that. Yeah, you got to reassure.
You need that reassurance
And the reassurance doesn't always take place
every time.
Like
Yeah.
every single time.
You have to be consistent.
You have to.
Yeah.
This is this man has put in the work.
You know what's funny is all this time I've been reassuring you since we got together. I've been
Yes.
reassuring you.
Yes.
And I never even knew that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
I just telling you.
Yeah. I love, what is it? Words of affirmations or
Yeah.
whatever. If he doesn't give me the, I look hot or I look beautiful in the morning when I'm ready to go to work, I
it's an
feel
odd day.
so off. I'm like, what the hell? Like
Yeah.
today he didn't say that. And I was like, oh my God, do I look okay?
I had a lot going on.
So yeah, so be the reassurance. It has to always come to play.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing. You can't start doing that just so that you can do the lifestyle, though. And if you're going to reassure your spouse, then you should be reassuring your spouse whether they're in the lifestyle or not.
You
know, like
should.
that's your partner.
Your partner always
You
needs
know.
to know how they feel, how you're feeling about them, and,
Yeah,
and they
so
need to know that love and that want.
You should have that whether you've got the lifestyle looming or not. But I just felt like that was act right, so she can let me have sex with other people.
Some men, I mean, my last marriage would really butter me up so that they could drink or so that we could make sure that we would go to the bar or something.
Oh.
I'm pretty easy when it comes to things like that. It worked, but I mean, wrong time. So yeah,
Yeah.
definitely reassurance.
Yeah, yeah. There's times that you know that you shouldn't be doing it. And one of those times is if you're saying in a relationship that's rocky or that's not going so well, you shouldn't be utilizing the lifestyle as a way to stay together. If your relationship's failing,
And,
your
like-
relationship's failing.
And like, don't make it like an ultimatum type of
No,
thing. Like,
man.
oh, if you don't do this for me, I'm going to leave you. I will say that is probably something that has happened to many people, unfortunately.
No, we've seen it.
I feel, especially if you're debating if you want to try it, or maybe one of y'all wants to try it and the other one doesn't.
Yeah.
And they're like, if you don't do this, I'm going to leave, whatever. Or it always ends up cheating.
Yeah,
That has to be a correlation there.
I'm sure.
The cheating and the ultimatum if you don't do this type of thing.
I'm sure. If you're already pushing it to an ultimatum, then you're basically, if you're not already cheating, you're about to. Which, if that's the case, if it's that bad, just break it off. And I understand, oh, I got kids and we've been
Man,
together so long. But if you have those feelings, you
Yeah.
have to just end it. And even if that takes a month or two just to put a plan in place, hell, I was with my ex for 7 years, and that last year was just recon in planning my exit. I took a whole year to plan my exit. So I knew from the start. And I did all the research that I had to do literally for the day that I did it.
Right.
And everything worked out for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I planned.
Yeah.
Obsessive compulsive disorder. I don't know.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit. Yeah. I know when it came to the lifestyle, I feel like I was a little reckless early on.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like I always say, I was new and I was looking for these experiences, and I knew you already had them.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be on your level. I want to know what this is like. And I remember just feeling like a bull, just coming in there and just feeling energized. Are we going to do this or what? Like, why are we sitting here talking so much?
I think we've had even arguments in the very beginning about it. But I will say those arguments also came because we were under the influence. So we would drink a lot, and then
they would
those
come up when we
conversations
were
would come up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. And I was more detached to the situation. It was more, I always call it muscle memory, but it was just like, I go with the flow, whatever.
Yeah.
But it did cause a lot of, internally, it caused a lot of chaos for me.
And see, I never knew that.
You never knew that.
You didn't tell me that till years.
It caused
a couple years
because
ago.
I wasn't okay. I didn't feel like I was enough. Even though he told me I was enough, I never felt that I was enough when he would start that.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you wanted to like play, and I was like, dang, okay.
And we had those conversations,
Yeah.
you know, and you would
Yeah.
bring up that sometimes you just didn't feel like, and even as recent as a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
it was like, I just feel like I'm not enough. And it's no, of course you're enough.
It had to be something that my mind figured it out by itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And
that was a tough one. I never thought that you'd come to that conclusion, you know,
Yeah.
and I was very shocked when you finally made the realization.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, you put in a lot of work.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you really have.
And
you
it
don't
was never
stop.
for the lifestyle.
Yeah.
This is just the way I am with you.
Yeah.
And that's why it's cool. We get to have this life together. Yeah, I get to do this, and I get to partake in all of this fun. But I don't have to have the stress of, is it going to hurt my relationship? You know what I know that there's nothing that we can't talk about now. But
Yeah.
it had to take us going through the entire journey
To get us
from
here.
swinger to poly, back to swinger again to
And
get here.
And I still think you still are scared to have certain conversations with me.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are a very scary person to talk to sometimes. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who have talked to you before and can agree with that.
I'm not scary.
You
I'm
can
just
be.
very direct.
Yeah,
and
well.
it's very uncomfortable for people to get that directness. And I'm
Realistically,
very
I just
honest.
never want to hurt you.
Yes, that is really what for you. That's what it is.
That's always
like,
been my thing is
Yeah.
I've never wanted
And
to
whether we're in the
hurt you.
lifestyle or not, he can hurt my feelings. He
Yes.
can say somebody looks prettier than me.
Yeah.
He never does, but
Never
someone looks
have.
pretty, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't get the pretty today.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't like to hurt my feelings.
I don't like that.
I don't like to hurt your feelings.
No, I know. Yeah.
But I do.
Oh, boy, do you.
I don't hurt his feelings with the lifestyle. I hurt his feelings other ways.
Oh, man.
I just telling him no to something.
Oh,
No, he
stop
can't
it.
have his Dutch
See, this
Bros.
is becoming like a backhanded thing over here.
But yeah,
with
no.
me, you call me out, but with you, it's, I'm going to toss this back at him.
I'm just kidding.
Victim shaming right there. That's what that is. Just saying.
No, it was the conversation was it was very cool to figure it out. Now looking back on it, I can hear us talking about it.
I can see our red flags all over the
Right?
place looking back on it. Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
were the couple
That we tell people to avoid.
to avoid.
Don't
We
get
were
involved
not
with that kind of
yeah.
person.
We weren't bad for each other. We did not argue after playing. We did not feel that.
No,
No,
our thing was more
ours
of
was-
an ignorance of the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And it's that new person ignorance that everybody has when they don't really know. They go in with this, let's go find another woman.
Yeah. Somebody brought that up.
Yeah?
Somebody brought that up in one of our groups. Why is it that men, or why is it that couples look for the single woman, right? Now, I didn't want to write it on there, but I'm going to just say real quick.
Uh-huh.
The reason for me to not be so hesitant about being in the lifestyle was because I was going to get more bisexual experiences. I didn't care if I had a guy. I sometimes don't even care now. Sorry, men. Love you. Y'all are awesome. You provide something and great. But I have great experiences with men. I want an experience with women. So that is why we in the beginning used to only look for a lot of females
Yeah.
because of that.
Yeah, and my inexperience with everything, I could easily just sit back and watch you do your thing.
And you were
But
fine with that.
yeah, but it was never from an insecurity
No.
standpoint. I never felt like you would leave me for
No.
anybody.
Oh God. I've dated women. Anyway. No.
But when it came to me, I think you thought that I was gonna, for a while there, like I was gonna
Oh, leave
leave
me.
you.
Oh yeah, because I felt super insecure.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah. No.
Yeah. I'd have to find another Pris.
No. Oh, there's no other.
No.
I am unique. I am one of a kind.
I know.
There is no other. I got little mini versions of me.
So I've always said this, and we're going to be together forever. So
We
this is
are.
not even a question.
We are going to be
But
together forever.
in a different world, if you ever died,
Yes.
I would, sorry ladies, but I would stop the lifestyle 100%.
Oh, he's not allowed.
I would go into mourning.
Yes.
I would never leave my domicile.
No.
I would stay in bed all the
Yes.
time, never see another woman till the day I die.
Yes.
That's if you died.
Yes.
Now, if you left me,
Uh-huh.
I would stay in the lifestyle.
Uh-huh.
And I'd bang it out a few times.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd be that old guy.
Yeah, I think if you left me,
Yeah.
yeah. No, you wouldn't be doing anything. If you left me. Sorry. If you left me, you wouldn't be doing anything. Like, that would be it. Oh, you wouldn't. Your life would be so miserable.
Oh my gosh.
I would make it so miserable. What did you leave me
Oh.
for?
Wait. We're not coming up with stuff. No.
Wait, what did you leave
Stop
me
it.
for?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
This is where you say,
What?
ask me the question.
Ask me the question.
No, you asked me the question.
What am I asking you?
What am I leaving you for?
What am I leaving you for?
No, you're asking me.
What are you leaving me for?
I would never leave you.
That's what I was trying to say, but you got all scary. And that's why I can't have certain conversations with you. Did you guys all see?
This is going to be edited. No one saw anything.
Oh, hell no. Because I'm the one that edits. It's getting put in.
I think if you ever left me, no, I would not.
You wouldn't be in the lifestyle if I left you?
Probably, but I would really take advantage of it.
How's that?
I wouldn't work. Somebody would be paying for something,
Oh, wow.
and I'd be traveling.
Goodness
Yeah,
gracious.
no,
So I keep you from an awful lot. I keep you from a Kim Kardashian life.
That marriage life be real struggling right
Dang,
now. So
girl. Wow. I sure am
would.
glad you don't feel that way right now.
Baby, you and I are going to be so at home. Watch. You and I together, we're a good team, babes.
Yeah.
We're a great team.
We
so.
are a good thing.
See, our people like it.
It works out.
You're seeing in real life, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Your hair looks good. I'll tell
Thank
you.
you.
that. Yeah.
We should give them some tips for success.
Tips for success. Okay.
What's something like you should always like do?
When it comes to
Asking this conversation, having the conversation, right?
Oh.
So y'all have already sat down.
that's the
you-
first thing.
You're having a nice romantic dinner, or you're Netflix and chilling, right? And you're on the couch or on the bed, and
Yeah.
you've decided, hey, Boo Bear, we're gonna have this conversation that we didn't want to have earlier because the kids were with us. Our levels were up here.
Yeah.
We're here now.
The preamble.
Are you cool with having that conversation?
The preamble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to start it somewhere, and you cannot interrupt my ADHD,
Yeah.
my I must be right all the time, people.
Oh yeah. I guess that's me.
We cannot interrupt. We have to listen with our hearts
Yeah. Yeah.
and be open and understand and let the person, your partner, finish the conversation until it's open for you to come in.
And it may hurt and it may be an uncomfortable conversation,
Yeah.
but you have to leave that at the door. I know that you
Yeah.
experience those emotions, and a lot of people are reactive. You're very reactive.
I'm very
So the
reactive.
moment I tell you something, you react.
I'm very reactive, yes.
As opposed to me, where you tell me something, I sit, I absorb it, I think about it, and then I respond.
Yeah.
By
And
that
I'm
time, I've
also
already processed.
also a very jealous person. And those feelings are going to come out.
Yeah. Yeah. So you do your preamble, you say everything that you need to say, and then you prepare yourself for a no. You prepare yourself for a bad answer. Prepare
Yeah.
yourself for whatever you think is going to be the worst case scenario.
There you go.
And this way you're prepared for it, because if you have a preparation of that, the worst case scenario, you're going to be calm. You're going to be able to handle it because you've already thought about it. That's important, because if it goes better than your worst case scenario, then it's already like 3 points ahead. Like you're
Yeah.
already doing good.
Yeah. And plan it out.
Yeah,
So
plan it out.
you're going to have to talk about respect. You need to have
Boundaries.
I'm going to tell you, newbies, have rules and have boundaries in place.
Yes.
Do not go in saying, lo que sea, whatever, we're going to do whatever.
Yeah.
We're just going to do, no.
We're just going to
No.
go with it.
No, start slow. The lifestyle isn't going anywhere. That couple that you saw that was hot, they're not going to go anywhere. And if they do, there's another one. Like, set your rules, set your boundaries, know what you want, know what you like, know what's
Yeah.
off the table. Have a safe word.
Yeah.
Be cool with being cool.
Yeah, for
Be
sure.
cool with being the one to say, hey, I'm not feeling it. Can we leave? There have been many times where I have been in the groove and he's just not feeling
Yeah.
it. And he's, let's go.
Like, yeah,
and
we
I'm
gotta
like,
split.
and there is many times where I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
Speak just because. So have your rules, have your boundaries, have everything set, and take baby steps.
Absolutely. There's
Like,
no rush.
There is no rush. Do not run in there.
No. You'll get your experiences.
Yeah.
And if you take your time and you find the right people, I know that sometimes it feels like you'll never find them. They're out there.
We thought that.
Every single person that enters this lifestyle thinks at one point or another that they're just not going to find what they're looking for. And then eventually it happens. It just takes some time. You really have to take your time and find your quality people. Like, that's so important.
Go with your gut feeling. Go with your gut feeling. If you feel something's off, go with that.
Yeah.
Don't second guess yourself.
Yeah.
Think with your head on your shoulders.
Yeah, that's hard to do when you're new,
Yeah.
but definitely try and be as logical as possible. 'Cause if you think with your genitals, forget it.
Privates.
It's not
They're
gonna-
not very
it's not
smart.
gonna work. It's not gonna work. Also, remember that consent is everything.
Consent is sexy.
Consent is sexy.
Consent is very sexy. You need consent for everything.
Yeah.
Consent, if y'all's rule between y'all is, hey, I'm going to ask you for permission to go kiss somebody.
Yeah.
Or I'm going to ask you whatever. And it's not even asking, hey, our rules are to touch base. So like for Adam and I, if we play separately, our rules are, if you're gone for more than 2 hours and I haven't made eye contact with you, or none of my girls have made eye contact with you, we have a problem.
Yeah.
A matter of a text, pick up your phone if you're in the middle of something and be like, hey, I'm over here, I'm good, whatever, because I don't want him to be distracted and go look for me, and he doesn't want me to be distracted and go look for him. Touch base with each, have rules, touch
and that's
base.
the thing, is we're always talking about consent with others.
Yes.
But really consent between your partners.
Consent between your partner
is just as big. And so you shouldn't be doing stuff without your partner's knowledge.
Yes.
You really need to make sure that they're on board and okay. And even if they tell you they're okay, they may still not be okay.
Oh, I am so
That's
like
something
that.
you've got to remember.
I'm very, what is that called? I'm
Passive
passive aggressive after I hear what happened. I'm like, oh, it didn't bother me. And then 10 minutes later, I'm like, whatever.
And
Yeah,
it comes out on me.
whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay.
Remember that ethical non monogamy. It only works if both people are genuinely on board. So that
Yes.
means if I was not ready for this, we would not be doing this, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
And you shouldn't be trying to convince your spouse.
Do
If it's a
not.
no, it's a no. And
Yeah.
you just kind of got to accept that. Now, if they say no, but we can talk about it more,
Yeah.
then talk about it more. It's just one of those things. It's if you're both not on the same page, if you're both not ready to take that leap, it's not going to be
Exactly.
good.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I will also say on the other side of that,
Uh huh.
that sometimes you have to have the experience in order to know that you don't like it.
This is true.
And I know I've said that to you before.
No, this is true. Yeah. That's very true.
Yeah,
We'll
so
just
that's
leave it there.
something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
You both got to be on board, but one thing you got to keep in mind is you don't know if you don't like it, if you don't try it. You know what I mean? And I try to adhere to that myself. It's
Yeah.
okay. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah.
This is fun.
So that's your first lifestyle 101 quickie, having the talk with your partner. So remember, this isn't a one-time chat, and it's going to be going on and on. You're going to have those conversations well into your years in it. So it's going to
Yeah.
be repetitive. Understand that, right? The goal isn't to win or convince your partner. It's to stay honest and connected. So make sure that you're doing that, because that's all that matters, really.
Yeah. And if this helped, do us a favor, like, subscribe, share, leave us a review. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Pandora, iHeartRadio, YouTube, you name it. We're on it. You can also find us streaming every Thursday at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Central on fullswapradio.com.
Yes. So don't forget to check us out on all our community spaces. We're on Reddit, and of course, we're on Discord. So we have groups on both. We love connecting with all of you off the mics. Go find us.
Yeah, for sure. And we've got a big giveaway happening right now. Starting today, September 10th, every new review you leave enters you into a drawing to win a sex toy from Forbidden Fruit, which, if you didn't hear us last time, they're an Austin sex store that's been in the community since 1981.
It's been there forever.
Yeah. So this giveaway is going to run all the way through to September 30th. Each entry is a review. So say you leave a review on every one of our platforms that we're on
You get in that drawing that many times.
that many times, which is
Awesome.
pretty cool. So
When
then
are
you
gonna
increase your
when are
odds.
you gonna announce the winner?
The winner will get announced on our Quickie episode on October 1st. Along with our socials, we will contact you.
Oh my goodness.
And if you live out of our range, we will have it shipped to you.
Those are details right there.
Those are details.
Okay,
But I
okay.
got them. I'm all about the details.
So remember, guys, give us those reviews, because you're going to want to win some of this merch. Keep hanging with us online and keep those conversations going with your partner. That is 100% real. Because a lifestyle isn't just about sex. It's about honesty, connection, and building the kind of relationship you actually want.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Press.
And today, normally my beautiful wife is the one who introduces the show topic, but she has no idea what we are doing. I just barely told her. If you've been to our website, there is the Beyond Monogamy confessional. It is 100% anonymous, 100% anonymous. And we don't even know, like, we can't even see if there's an email attached to it or whatever. And so when we went live with this, we got a few stories that came up, and I wanted to read them on the air and discuss them. Because we got a couple that we can talk about here, and I really love it when our listeners interact, and we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna do this, guys. You know what I'm saying? So let's do this. We're gonna get right into it. Like I said, for those who are just tuning in, we have on our website 100% anonymous Beyond Monogamy confessional, where you can leave your stories, your questions, anything that you want to talk about lifestyle related. If you want to say anything about our podcast, whatever, it's there for you. And so here's the very first one that we got. This one says, "Hey yo, let's dive in. Been debating on leaving the lifestyle community since participation has been at an all-time low ever since we joined the community. Such great people, but it's definitely a different crowd than expected. We have met plenty of great people and hope to stay friends with them, and we can just play outside of the community like we did before. It's been hard to find couples we are both attracted to, and singles are far from available. Plus, finding mutual attraction interest wise from the other couples is always lopsided. Hopefully, this feeling will pass, but if not, then it has been fun getting to experience something different for a bit." What do you think about that, honey?
I think, why not? I mean, you're already playing outside of the community like you've done before. And if it's hard for you to find couples that you're both attracted to, I think you're going in there with that kind of mentality that it's going to be hard for you. If you let things just happen organically, you probably wouldn't have this message. So I think you're probably doing something right, backing away for a little bit. I think that's
I mean, really, there's no wrong way to do this.
yeah, there really isn't. And so like I can say, "Oh, you're doing a good job," and I can say, that's really a bad idea."
Yeah, I mean,
It's
it's person to person, and understand that the decision that you're making, whatever the decision may be, it's if you're happy with the decision, then it's the right decision. Now, I will say a couple of things just to think about in passing. I don't know how long you've been in the lifestyle. For us, we've been in for 14 years. Now, I will say this. The first few years, all I was trying to do was get experiences. I
what
wasn't really searching for friendship. I wasn't really searching for connections. I was just trying to get my experiences in. And so when I finally did get my experiences in, that's when I realized a lot of my experiences that I had would have been a lot better with people that I actually liked and connected with. Now, it took me a long time to actually find people that I could like and connect with. And I mean years. And that's for a couple of different reasons. One, I didn't know really where to find them. There was a lot of different places, and frankly, I am cheap and I don't like to pay for them. So that was a difficulty for me. Where we found a great community was in Facebook communities, Facebook groups, but we also found that SDC.com has a great communities in different locales. And so that's always a great way of meeting people as well. I think the big thing is don't have expectations. Meet who you want and see if there's any kind of vibe. Go out on dates and meet up with people for dinner or for drinks or whatever and get an idea of who they are. And if it, by the third conversation or by even the third date, if there's just no vibe or even before that, then say, "I'm sorry, but this isn't for us," and move on to the next one. You can really, I know it takes a lot, but you can really kind of make your way through it. And eventually you will find people that mesh up with you.
yeah.
Like I said, we've been in this for 14 years, and it's probably been the last 4 that I have started finding people that
Yeah.
mesh with me.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was because of me. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know where to find it. And I also didn't know how to properly socialize with these people. I didn't know how to put myself out there. I didn't know
Yeah.
that I had to be 100% open about what I wanted and what our dynamic was. There's just a lot of moving parts to it.
And it looks like I'm assuming they play together because they said that they've had couples, that it's hard to find couples in the lifestyle.
And singles are far from
Yeah.
available.
Yeah. So it looks like you already have your little group there that they played with people before.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I would assume that maybe they've had 1 or 2 that
Hmm.
that have gone well. It really depends on what you're looking for. I used to always want a big circle. I always wanted to have a big circle of people. I always wanted to have a lot of friends and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And now I don't. I don't want a big circle. I
Yeah.
want a small circle. And so I have learned to kind of wean away some that I don't feel are fully there for me or for us. Maybe they're half-hearted, maybe they're just not real connections.
Yeah.
And I've tried to kind of wean away from that. You look for red flags and you just kind of go, "Okay, that's not for me. I'm good." And so, yeah, that's really the tough part with that. Now, I do have a friend of mine, my buddy, who says, "I'm struggling on saying no to people." So how is your take? Now, I've heard you answer this before. I'd really love for you to give your thoughts on this. When it comes to saying no to other people in the lifestyle who are interested in you.
I'm not going to lie to you. I get that almost every day.
Yeah.
I get somebody who is very interested, but I'm not interested in them. And I tell them, I said, it's very flattering. I really appreciate it. Thank you for reaching out, but I am just looking for friends right now.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, we're all adults, and I understand the fear of rejection, because I actually have the fear of rejection when it comes to women. I do not have that fear of rejection when it comes to men. So when it comes to women, not every woman is going to like me. And so that's where that comes in for me.
Yeah.
But I think if you're just very honest and upfront, don't ghost, because we did that in the past. We were those notorious people. Do not ghost people. I am very upfront. If Adam's like, no, I'm not feeling it, I'll be the one to go tell them, we're just not feeling it. There's no vibe.
Yeah, that's a rarity, though. It's usually you're the one that's not feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
there's been times where you
No,
don't.
I said usually.
Yeah.
Usually, you are the one that's not feeling.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's
Yeah.
been a time or two, but for the most
Yeah.
part, when it's come between us two, you are the more selective person.
am very
And so
selective.
oftentimes we are put in this situation where as a couple, we're talking to another couple and I'm vibing with them, but you're not.
'Cause it
And
has to
so
be.
in a situation
Yeah.
like that,
And it has to be vibe and attraction. I have to be attracted to you. Like, it can't just be you're intelligent. Like, there's going to have to be aspects of that attraction. So that's why the super selectiveness, because you have to have both.
yeah, I mean, you have to have both. And see, here's something that Chris has realized is that you can be a friend to somebody and not have to have sex with them.
I just realized that.
You realized that recently.
Maybe if, yeah, as maybe I thought I've always known that.
No,
No.
no, we've had that conversation probably about a year and a half ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so for
yeah.
the longest time,
Yeah.
you didn't if somebody was attracted to you, you would and you were not attracted to them, you wouldn't even consider them as a friend. Like, you wouldn't wanna hang out with them
Because
because you
yeah.
knew that they wanted to have sex with
Yeah.
you, and you didn't wanna lead them
And
on.
it gets very pushy. And now it does not get like that. Now I can tell my friends, yeah, no, we're just friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and, when you become friends with somebody, you get to know them a little bit better. Actually, you get to know them a lot better, and sometimes
It
it
changes
changes their
the
attraction.
dynamic.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
changes their
Yeah,
which
yeah, you're
is
right.
pretty cool.
Mm.
Yeah, so, for me, talking to my buddy who had that question, I've had that before. I'm not good at saying no.
No.
I am not good at saying no. Frankly, I don't like to hurt feelings. I don't like to come off rude, but at the same time, I'm not doing them a good service by not being full, uh, openly upfront with how I'm feeling
And
about that.
yeah, and I think women, when you are not upfront about it, I think women take the cue of that you are interested, even when you're not interested,
It can be misconstrued.
because you still are their friends and you're still very charming and you still give off the flirty vibes. And so I don't think they understand sometimes that back
Yeah.
and forth.
Yeah. Well, I'm when I'm friends with both women and men, I try to act the same with both of them. But I am overly friendly with both men and women, and women can misconstrue that as flirty or leading on. So yeah, I really do think that it is important to be upfront and honest. If you are not interested, I think that it needs to be said, but I am also a big believer in I can be not interested in the beginning and I can be your friend and that can change. And so that's always a tough one. I think it's good to be fully honest with your feelings, and if you say, "Well, I'm not fully feeling this vibe between us, so it would be a no right now, but I would like to continue being your friend so I can get to know you better," and that could change,
Hmm.
And if you can say something like that, I think that it would be accepted pretty well. I think it might go over well for most people. I know if somebody told me that, I'd be like, "Okay, I can I can adhere to that. I get that, The big thing that I've always struggled with is when us as a couple, we meet another couple and I'm vibing with them, but you're not, or you're vibing with them but I'm not. And so it's one of us that it's a no, and it's one of us that it's a yes. When it's something like that, obviously, if one of us is a no, then it's going to be a no for the couple.
Right.
Now, we do, depending on the person, we do play separately now. So there are times where Pris is not interested, but she's like, "Hey, if you're interested, you want to have fun with them, by all means, go ahead."
Mhm.
But previous to that, if your partner says no, then it's a no, whether you want to or not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
just simple as that. I mean, if you want to play with somebody and your partner doesn't, then you can either tell your partner, "Hey, I really do want to. Is there any way that I can do this?" Or you can just say, "Yeah, no, it's not gonna the vibe's not 100% there." So,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's just one of those things that it's the heavy part of this. And it can apply to vanilla world as well for people who are just dating, because there's a lot of people who don't know how to say no.
Yeah.
And I know when we were poly and I was going through these different dating apps and stuff like that, I was trying to hit up all these different connections. And I remember some people telling me no in a horribly rude way and just really ugly about it. And I remember thinking, wow, that just really wasn't necessary.
Yeah.
And I think that really made me skittish on telling people no,
Mhm.
because I remember how I felt. But honestly, honesty is everything.
Yeah.
And even if it's sour at the beginning, they'll appreciate the honesty in the long run.
Mhm.
So that really takes care of that. Now, going into this second one here, there's a second confession that came in. I'm going to read it to you here. "I am exploring more of what I need." And in parentheses, it says, "I need to explore more of the BDSM lifestyle." End parentheses. "And my husband is helping me through the process. I finally found one guy that is very knowledgeable and experienced in the areas of what I am looking for. And I like his vibe so much that I approve and requested my husband to approve him as a play partner for me. My husband agreed, and now the guy said he is no longer playing, and he hung up his tools, which doesn't make sense because a few days before he agreed to be my play partner until he moves away. I am deeply heartbroken over this because it is so hard for me to vibe and approach anyone. And the one time I do, I get rejected and it hurts so much. My fear of rejection is the reason I let my husband take the lead in all things swinging. Yes, I have been offered to have a scene with others, but I can't seem to be comfortable with anyone except this one guy." What do you think about that? That is a
That's a
very different
different
one.
one. I mean,
And there's a few different spots that catch my attention. One, the BDSM lifestyle is a very, I don't want to say it's a very different lifestyle, but there are certain things in the BDSM lifestyle, like obviously trust is big for any play partner. But in the BDSM lifestyle, trust is everything, because you are most likely going to be in a vulnerable position. If you've seen any scenes play out in the BDSM world, anybody, it takes a lot of vulnerability. You really have to trust the
yeah.
person who's in control of all of that. So I wouldn't think it's that easy to find somebody that you really vibe, that you really mesh with, that you really trust to be vulnerable with. And we've
Yeah.
had that talk before because
Yes.
I'm interested in trying things that I've never done before, and that includes the BDSM lifestyle. I don't know, like a lot of it really revolves around trust issues for me, because I don't want to be blindfolded if you're not there to make sure that I'm safe, I
Oh,
I don't want somebody at the helm with me tied up.
no.
Like if I'm tied up, and you're not there, like there's just a lot to unpackage there. And, that right there is the big one for me. So finding that you feel is very knowledgeable and experienced in those areas and liking the vibe and feeling great about it,
Yeah.
that is everything. But then once you feel safe with this person, for them to just out of nowhere say, "Yeah, sorry, I'm not gonna, I'm not doing this."
Yeah. I mean, there's probably more to that on their end, but I'm so sorry. Like, I'm sorry that you had to do that because that sucks.
Well, see, and that's the thing is, with the communication, I mean, I don't know exactly what was communicated. I don't
Mhm.
know if it was if it was simply that, or if there was more to it than that. But I would have hoped that if he wasn't going to play anymore and he hung up his tools like he said he is, that he would give a proper explanation as to why. You know, to flip flop back and forth and say, yes, I'm all about this, and then to immediately go the other way as soon as you say, let's do this,
Yeah.
is kind of a red flag. And so with that, you really kind of have to ask yourself, okay, what was the situation here?
Mhm.
What just happened?
Exactly.
I don't really quite understand that. And so either he was not on the up and up and it was a situation and maybe it was just, or, you know, there could be a number of things that could have come up that were unethical, but there could have been a number of things that could have come up that were ethical. And the problem is that it needs to be communicated 100%.
Mhm.
Without that, I mean, you're left sitting there going, what the hell? And you feel that rejection.
Yeah.
And rejection sucks.
Yes.
And, you know, it's funny is that you were just saying how you're afraid of rejection for women, but you're not afraid of rejection for men.
No,
Why is that? Because they're easy to get.
because men are easy to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's so funny. Yeah, because someone just messaged me on another note. Someone just messaged me and said, it is so hard for me to find, and I don't know if this person listens to our show or not, but they said, it is so hard for me to find a partner somebody to come over when I need it, like that. And she's like, why? I don't know why it's so hard. And I was like, yeah, if you're being selective, it's not hard.
If you're being selective, it's not hard to find
If
somebody.
I'm sorry, if you're not being selective, it's not hard. If you're being
Yeah.
selective, it's very hard.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's any number of reasons why. I mean, it can come down from physical to personal, you know,
Yeah.
and how they act.
Yeah. But yeah, no, men are easy.
Than women? They're easier than women?
For me,
As far as
and I'm not saying, oh, I'm so hot. I have a lot of guy friends that if I need somebody, I can reach out to.
what's funny was I remember for the several years when we were in the lifestyle, you know, and I'm sure that there are a lot of couples that can relate to this. Sometimes you have these moments where it's just like, I need somebody over right now. You need to invite somebody over right now. Like it could be a Friday night, you got the house by yourself and it's the two of y'all and y'all are getting it on and y'all are talking dirty. And it's like, you know, we could invite somebody over. And it's like, yes, get somebody over right now. And of course, it's those times that you can't find anybody. You know,
Yeah.
nobody's available at all. And then, of course, you know, you get off and then it's like, yeah, no, I don't want anybody to come over at all. What were we talking about? Because there's
Our
something.
typical weekend.
Yeah, because there's something called horny brain. It's a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it gets you all gray and muddled up and you're not thinking right because you're in horny brain.
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, oh yeah, get them over here. Get them over
That
here
is
right now.
very true.
This past weekend, we attended a hotel takeover.
We did.
And we were in this hotel from Friday afternoon till Sunday morning.
Yes.
And I'm talking, this is a hotel of fully naked people. Everybody's in lingerie. Everybody is feeling the vibe. Everybody's got their own hotel rooms. Like you can, if you wanted to, you could go from room to room to room to room and just play. You know what I'm saying? Like we had several opportunities from Friday to Sunday to play with a numerous amount of people.
Yeah.
And with that, we did not.
No.
We did not play with a single person. Now,
No.
that wasn't by choice. I guess it was kind of by choice. We had to do a live show on Saturday. And so we were there Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And Friday night, all I kept thinking about was the show and how we were going to put it together. This was our first live show, all this stuff. And so I couldn't stop thinking about that stuff. And so it was really hard to mesh into the vibe of the party.
Okay.
So eventually we went up to the room, probably about 10:30.
Mm-hmm.
And amazingly enough, we crashed out and we crashed out very quickly.
We're very busy people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's just hard for us. Like when we have alone time, it's just for us to just relax.
And you know, we've been doing a lot of traveling and honestly, we had the hotel room and it was like, oh my gosh, everybody was downstairs. We were on the third floor and we were enjoying some quiet time and we slept great. So, and that was another reason was I didn't want to stay up late. Because I wanted to be prepared for the show, which was on Saturday around noon.
Yeah,
so we get up and
Mhm.
we do our regular Saturday routine. We go get coffee, we go get breakfast, and I start preparing for the show and I
Mhm.
start setting up everything. Now, unfortunately, that show was going to air on Sunday and there was technical difficulties and we only got video. We did not get audio.
Yeah.
So that show is now not going to be airing, and it was only for the people that were there in the
Which was
room,
fun.
which was great. We had a
I
great
loved it.
turnout. We had a
Yeah.
wonderful turnout, and the people in that room got to enjoy a live show that unfortunately nobody else will be able to hear. But here's the other part. So I was looking forward to getting the show done so that I can kind of take off my pants, so to speak, and enjoy the takeover. But I was so exhausted from dealing with the podcast and doing everything that we had to do for this live show. I was worn out. And I'm pretty
We
sure you were too.
Yeah, I mean, we were there. We did go downstairs for a while,
Yeah, yeah, we were
and
part of the areas, and
yeah,
we had talked.
we napped.
We had talked several times while we were having sex in our room
Yes.
about, oh, so and so wants to join us, and there's this and there's that, and all we got to do is call him. But that's horny brain talking. Horny
Yeah.
brain was talking, and then once horny brain ejected,
Yeah.
that was it.
That was it.
That was it. And we were like, I just want to go to sleep now.
Oh,
I'm done.
nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was actually some much needed time to ourselves. But, when it comes to stuff like that, people feel like if you go to a house party, if you go to a hotel takeover, stuff like that, that you feel like you're obliged to play with others.
Yeah, some people do. Some people
And
feel that.
you don't
Yeah.
have to.
No.
And that's something that a lot of people have to realize. You don't
Yeah.
have to do anything.
Nope.
If you want to come in and you want to just watch people, that is totally fine.
That's okay.
If you want to just be there for the ambiance, that's cool. That's what's great about this community is you don't have to do anything that you don't want to do. And if horny brain ejects and you're like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go to bed. Well, okay. That doesn't make you any less a member of this community. You know what I'm saying? And that I think is a big thing for a lot of people that they just feel obliged. They feel like they have to.
Yeah.
And
Have to.
you don't have to. You really don't have to.
No.
So yeah, I'm glad that we got to discuss these confessions that came in. Look at this. So one just came in.
Is this one?
This is one that just came in apparently. Okay, because I was like looking at it and I was like, wait a second, that wasn't there. So I'm going to read this for you because it just came in. We met up with a lovely, attractive couple the first year into our journey into the lifestyle. I, the female, met up with the other wife first for a casual lunch on a Friday afternoon. We really connected to the point that she told me their real names and showed me her art on Facebook. We agreed to introduce the men at an LS meet and greet that night, which went well. All four of us got together for lunch the next day. We were stunned when we realized we had sat there talking for 3 hours. It was obvious we all had connections, so our next meeting was a play date that also went well. Our next get-together was another friend date between myself and the wife. I really felt like I had made a new friend. During this lunch date, she commented on how much she loved my leggings. I had an extra pair, so I thought to send them to her. We didn't live in the same town. I looked up their address as the wife had given me their real names, but then I thought I'd better ask first as I didn't want to come off creepy. I was chatting privately with her hubby that night, and I mentioned wanting to send the wife the leggings. That's when I got put in my place. He said, "We don't mix our vanilla life and our lifestyle life." Wow. Okay then. I felt like I'm good enough to fuck because of the way we met. That's it. I wasn't proposing a family barbecue. I just wanted to surprise her with a $10 pair of fun leggings. I wanted to tell him, dude, I already have your address. If I was going to out you, I could, but I said nothing. Despite him pursuing me, we never played. My point is this. Some people are looking for friends to integrate into their vanilla life, and others never want the two to meet.
Mm-hmm.
This is something to know before diving in. I think that this was an excellent story, an excellent submission,
Throw down.
because that's really
Oh, yeah. No, that's
that's just a great point.
that's a great point, and I get it. I get where he was coming from. You are right. Like, dude, come on
It's
now.
an overreaction.
It's an I mean, I think that's an overreaction, and I would have never played with him again.
It's a
So,
strong overreaction, and frankly,
yeah.
that kind of reaction would turn me off immediately,
Oh, yeah.
and I would be
Yeah.
like, "Okay, dude, no sex
Yeah.
for you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Um,
because, like, what are you mixing your vanilla the male? The male? Is someone
yeah,
gonna know, like,
like I don't see how that would be mixing vanilla and
yeah,
lifestyle,
that's silly.
and so, like I said, that reaction from him just feels overdone. Not to say that he's wrong, I mean, maybe that's their thing.
And maybe something
Um
has happened to them that's their thing now, but
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people, and it's a great point to make in the fact that there are a lot of people who are very discreet. Of course,
yes.
if you spent time with the wife and y'all really got close to each other, if they were that discreet, I would figure that would have been mentioned by her.
It should have been, yeah.
Now, one
And
thing.
I would have really gone to the wife and been like, "Hey, I have a
Well, yeah, but
surprise
she
for
was
you."
trying to. Well, I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. If you say, "Well, I have a surprise for you, but I don't want to tell you what it is. Can I send this to you?"
Yeah.
That would have been
And she
better.
probably would have been a little bit nicer about it, but yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, I think this is a really good point, and I'm really, really glad that my buddy hippie chick went ahead and submitted that because it is really, really a great point.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of people in this lifestyle that they don't mix the two, and they really try and keep them separate. There are
Mm.
a lot of people in the lifestyle who don't even consider themselves lifestylers.
Wait, there's even people in the lifestyle that don't even like they will not play or talk to anybody in their hometown.
Oh yeah, we know some of them.
So,
Yeah.
totally get it.
So everybody's on their own discretionary level. Was this an overreaction? Totes. Absolutely. Overreaction. But for him, he probably didn't think so. But realistically, we all have to consider that whenever we talk to other people, that's reactive right there. The way he reacted was reactive. It was immediate. It was kind of rough and unnecessary. And I think that if he wanted to, he could have explained his situation a little bit better where it didn't have to be a
Mhm.
reaction like that.
Mm.
And so there's just so many things at play on that one. I appreciate that quip, that story, because I think there's a lot to be had from that one.
Yeah, for sure.
So with that, that takes care of our confessionals. Just a reminder to you guys out there, we have the confessional. We have this ability that you can give us. Now, I said who that last one was because that's a friend of mine who she outed herself on my social media. That was her story. But like I said, I don't know. Neither one of us know the stories, who they belong to, that sort of thing.
Ye
We love the fact that people feel that this is a safe space that they can give us our interactions in those
Mhm.
stories. We
Mhm.
love that. And so if you want to take part in that, if you want to talk to us and not be named, but you want to tell us everything that you can do so at our website, and we'll give that to you in just a minute. But with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. We're going to say thanks for hanging with us for this week's
Yes,
quickie,
thank
all about
you.
the confessionals. If you loved it, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and leave us a review because it seriously helps us grow and it keeps the conversation going.
And you can find everything Beyond Monogamy at www.beyond-monogamy.com, including our Beyond Monogamy confessional that he has mentioned, and all our blog posts, merch, and all the juicy extras.
Absolutely. And don't forget to check out our events tab on that same website for details on the upcoming Beyond Monogamy events, like the upcoming Beyond Monogamy meet and greet at Club Eden, San Antonio, this
Woo!
Saturday, December 13th at 9 p.m.
Yes.
For those of you who would like to hang out with us and you're in the San Antonio area, or you're planning on being in the San Antonio area, come on down and see us. We're going to be there. We're going to have accounts. We're going to be hanging out with a lot of people. A shout out to our friends Nicole and Isaac with the Pineapple House, Texas from Houston. We did a show with them, and they are actually going to be out there with us, celebrating with us. And we have several other people coming. We're actually going to be shooting a show out there before the club opens.
Yes.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. So if you can make it because we're going to
Be
be there.
there, be square.
That's right.
We're also streaming every Thursday on fullswapradio.com at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central. So tune in and show us some love there. And if you want to help us grow this community, join our Patreon at patreon.com/, Beyond Monogamy with Adam Priss. That's where you'll get all the early access, behind the scene moments, and after hours content. All right. So, guys, we got a gift from the Happy Swinger, and I'm going to show everything that I'm not going to be able to show everything that we got, but this lamp right here, they made this and they customized it to the colors that we wanted. So, it was a surprise for my Boo Bear.
Very
It
cool.
has an orange little top and it's blue down here, and it has a light in there. But they also made us a door that we forgot to use at the takeover. And they also make like keychains and stuff like that. But we're going to share all of their information on our links, and I'll also share it on all of our social medias. But if you want to order one of these guys, let me tell you, it is so worth it.
Yeah, the Happy Swinger on TikTok.
Yes.
That's where we linked up with them. The Happy Swinger, they do amazing work. I follow them as well, and I've seen a lot of their work. I am thrilled that we were able to get the stuff that we get. They sent us a whole package of really cool stuff. They sent, that's going to sound funny, a dick whistle.
Yes.
It's a penis whistle. And that was hilarious. But there was a lot of different things that they sent us that they create themselves. And we definitely wanted to give them a shout out because they do incredible work. Like, this is incredible.
This is incredible. Like, the detail on this thing is amazing, guys.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So to our friends, the Happy Swingers, we want to say thank you. I want to say thank you because I know my love is the one that was setting this up. I personally would like to say thank you to you guys. We really appreciate all the love and support just on the podcast end of it. I know that you guys share a lot of our clips and things like that, but also for this, I mean, I love this. I think this is a great addition to our set. So thank you to the Happy Swinger. And I'm just going to throw this out there for everybody who's in this lifestyle world. If you make things that are specific to this lifestyle, I want you to contact us. And if you can, send what you can, and we will focus it on the show. We'll have it on the show. We love to show off what our community members can do because we believe in this community. We love this community, and we love to share everything that we can with everybody. So shout out to the Happy Swinger. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you. Thank you for listening. And we will see you guys next week.
Bye.